Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown for Thursday, March 8th. My God, the big dance is amongst us. A lot of people said, oh, that doesn't start until the big tournament. Well, these smaller tournaments are what makes that big tournament. There are a ton of actions, a ton of upsets, and a ton of teams that are desperate to get it done, that have to get it done. All right, guys, that pick with Notre Dame didn't come through. They damn sure barreled back in the second half and got the outright win, so we were on the wrong side with the first half. Had Troy in a private pick. Troy showed up as well on a second half. It's amazing. A lot of teams are bringing that energy during the second half. I cashed big last night with those Cleveland Cavaliers, though, all right? Privately did that, and I'm telling you right now, there's nothing wrong with when you feel emotion and momentum picking up steam, and Cleveland Cavaliers are doing exactly that. Denver, it was that somebody going to pay for that shit game, and Denver Nuggets did not have an answer for them. All right, we got a lot of action to go over, so we need to go ahead and get with it. Notre Dame is going to be playing Duke. This is off the board as of right now with the line. It's early as I'm filming this, but Notre Dame, they have to keep winning. If they want to get invited to dance, they got to keep winning. Duke, that new defense that they implemented is really paying huge dividends. They're rested, 25-6 on the year, looking for that #1 seed. But Notre Dame, it's desperation time. No call on that one. There's no line yet. Then you got North Carolina taking on Miami. All right, for North Carolina, this is theirs. Somebody going to pay for that shit game, because I'm telling you, Miami, they got the win with that three-pointer at the buzzer to beat them 91-88 in North Carolina, and that did not sit well with that team. Trust me, I'm telling you right now, Notre Dame will have that fresh in their minds. Miami 22-8 on the year, UNC 23-9. Both these teams want to win this tournament. There's no doubt about it. As of right now, there's no line on that game, and I'm off of that one. Then you got Marquette taking on Nova in the Big East tournament. Marquette 19-12 on the year. Villanova, they need a complete performance if they want any hope of, repeating as champions this year. Coach Jay Wright said, I'm riding them hard, and this is the #1 scoring team in the nation at 87 points a game, all right? That's something. There's something to be said for that. Marquette, they slipped by DePaul yesterday, and I know DePaul had been playing well, but when you're slipping by DePaul and you're desperate, you better step it up another notch when you're going up against them Wildcats. That's a Big East action game. There's no line as of yet, and a win over Nova could definitely seal them the invitation that they need. So Marquette's going to bring everything they have. Again, no line as of yet, and I've got no call on that one. Let's talk about some Big 12. We got Texas taking on Texas Tech, baby. Texas, this is absolutely nothing but a must-win. They have to win this game if they want to go to the dance. They're probably going to be without Bamba once again, but who knows? He's got that toe injury. He might come in thinking and telling Coach, hey, look, we got no choice. We got to win. Throw me in there. Put me in, Coach. They're going up against Texas Tech, 23-8 on the year. They got to get healthy. Keenan Evans is back. When that kid's playing, I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. They snapped a 4-game streak their last game out, a 4-game losing streak. So Texas Tech looking to right the ship again. There's no line in that. That is Big 12 action. Then you got Oklahoma State in the Big 12 as well, taking on Kansas. We talked about it yesterday in that Georgetown-St. John's game. It is hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. St. John's proved that yesterday, convincingly beating Georgetown. Now, Oklahoma State, all right, they beat Kansas on their home floor, and that was just, they stormed the court, and Kansas, lost to them earlier that year. So here's the third time they meet. Coach Mike Boynton said, we came to this Big 12 tournament not to compete. We came to win it. And by God, that's what we're planning to do. I love that confidence. Kansas, all right, telling you they're going to be without sophomore Udoka Azubuike, the 7-footer, all right, sprained MCL in a scrimmage on Tuesday. You're losing 14 points, 7 boards a game, and a monstrous presence underneath the board. So I'm telling you, the glass is going to be a different situation. Oklahoma State's probably going to bring it strong. That is no line out yet as of right now in that Big 12 matchup. Again, Oklahoma State going for 3 in a row against Kansas. It's hard to do. I will be off of that one, but I will enjoy that game as a fan. Then you got a Pac-12 game. Stanford, all right, they routed Cal. They're taking on UCLA. There is a line. It's -3. UCLA, 20-10 on the year. This is Coach Alford said, we have got to stay hungry. They have got to come through with some victories in this tournament if they plan on moving forward. Stanford, my God, they just routed Cal yesterday. Showed up. They closed the year out on a 5-game win streak, and I'm telling you, I think there's no other way they go to the dance unless they win this tournament. So I know that team's going to bring it like they did yesterday, but you got a UCLA team that's playing a little bit focused. They're hungry. I'm telling you, that's going to be a great matchup. UCLA -3 against Stanford. I've got no call on that. Let's talk about Big 12. TCU, 21-10 on the year, taking on Kansas State. All right, this is good. Here's two coaches. Jamie Dixon going up against Bruce Weber. All right, Jamie Dixon, he said, I came to this team, I wanted to prove that we could make some noise. I think he might be kind of satisfied. Not him, but the team, just for the fact that they're going to end a 20-year drought if all right, they can win this tournament. They have got to do something special. They might not even need to win the tournament to go to the big dance. But when teams kind of get to a place where they haven't been before, it's been 20 years since this team's been to a tournament. If for some reason they make it in, that could quench the thirst. I don't know. Jamie Dixon's one hell of a coach, so I think he'll have his team ready to go. They're favored by 2.5 against Kansas State. Now, I'm telling you, Kansas State, they lost earlier last week to this team 66-59, so TCU knows how to bring them. This will be a tight Big 12 matchup. It is TCU favored by 2.5. No call. All right, here we go. St. John's taking on Xavier. I said it yesterday. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. St. John's, they definitely proved that. The team performed very well yesterday, but you're going up against a very well-rested Xavier squad, 27-4 on the year, trying to prove their worth to be a #1 seed in the big dance. No line out of as of yet in this big matchup, but that should be out soon. I'm going to be staying off it, but I will be watching that as a fan. Then you got UConn taking on SMU. That's right, UConn, 2 injury-riddled teams throughout the year. UConn needs to win the entire tournament to avoid finishing under 500 for the 2nd straight year. That has not happened in a long time. Jim Calhoun, the old coach, has got to be scratching his head saying, what in the hell happened to this team? But yeah, UConn probably going to be seeing Kevin Ollie hit the door. They need to do some strong recruiting to get that team built back to what it was. SMU favored -1.5. I'm not touching that one. Then you got ACC, Louisville, Virginia. Louisville, #9, and going up against Virginia, #1. They survived the second half comeback from Florida State yesterday, and I was talking about Leonard Hamilton. Got to get that team ready. They came out flat as a damn flat tire. I'm telling you. But Louisville, they know how to play this team. They love playing against Virginia, and I'm telling you, last week, they beat Louisville 6 of 7 the last times, Virginia. They know how to play them as well. So, and I didn't mean to confuse you there. It's just these teams, it depends on the vibe. It depends on the pressure. And right now, the pressure's on Louisville much more than it is Virginia. Virginia surely should be a #1 seed in the tournament. They're favored -7.5 against Louisville. All right, let's get into some NBA. I got no call on the tournament. I will have a paid pick for the tournament for sure. Now, Brooklyn is playing Charlotte. It's Charlotte -7. No playoff teams here. We're not going to break that one down. Philadelphia going to play the Heat. All right. Here's 2 teams chasing each other, 7 and 8 spot. Philadelphia favored on the road again, -1. They're led by Embiid and Simmons. They're really bringing it. The Heat, D. Wade is fitting back in. They have some players that are kind of banged up. We'll see what happens. But again, Sixers, 2 games against the Heat. 2 games above the Heat for that #7 spot. That does go a long way. Sixers are a whole different squad than they used to be, but they got to learn to win consistently on the road. Again, they're favored by 1. Then you got the Phoenix Suns. They're getting 10 points against Oklahoma City. You got a pissed off Oklahoma City team. I'm telling you right now. They took that pounding versus the Rockets. They were never in it. Carmelo Anthony, after taking a night off, he looked pretty sharp because he's not strong on back-to-backs. Phoenix Suns crushed by Miami Monday. They're dealing with more injury issues. Had it not been for Devin Booker averaging 32.8 points a game since he came back, that team would really be in trouble. But I'm telling you right now, I like it. This is that first quarter. Somebody going to pay for that shit game. It's going to be about -3. So Oklahoma City Thunder on that first quarter, -3. You're going to look for them to come out storming. I really believe that they will. That's one pick. All right. Then you got Boston playing at Minnesota. Boston favored by 2. All right. Kyrie Irving could be out again. And I think the fact that Jimmy Butler's not playing for Minnesota could determine into that fact. They've got to give Kyrie Irving some more rest. He's dealing with the knee injury. The team is 5-1 since All-Star break, and they're 5-2 without Irving. But you're going up against the Minnesota team who, back-to-back road losses, they're not happy. They've got to step it up at home. And again, they're without Butler. They're only 4-6 when playing without Jimmy Butler. But I think Minnesota has more of a desperation for this game, as does Boston. All right, then you got the Spurs taking on Golden State. All right, this used to be a marquee matchup, not as of late. Big news, Kawhi Leonard decided, hey, I might come back and play this year. I want to retire with this team. I don't know what that true story is with that team, but I do know for sure that Paul Gasol, not that it's that big of a threat, he's going to be sitting tonight. Aldridge is not 100%. Golden State, I think tonight, here is the edge. You're going to pull that trigger, baby. Golden State Warriors on that first half, -6.5. I think their strategy tonight, start quick, rest our guys later, because the Spurs cannot hang with this team. And you can't tell me Golden State's not looking over and watching what Houston's doing, so you got a lot of stuff that's taking place for home court advantage in the playoffs. Golden State's going to bring it, and they're going to bring it early and often. Again, we're pulling that trigger in 2 spots. We're going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder on the first quarter, -3, and we're taking Golden State on the first half, -6.5. 2 solid picks. Check out the paid picks. We got something going on. You can reach me, MikeBrennerSports@gmail. Big dance action today. We're going to have 2 picks in there, so I'm looking forward to moving that record up and cashing them tickets. All right, guys, let's do it. Bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank with Brenner. Have a great day. Quality time. Spend it with your family. That's most important. And don't forget, the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby.